hometown, Louisiana and Arkansas connected, but the laws were different between the states.
Yeah.
And back in the day, when black people did something, the white man would protect them if they made it back home across the state lines.
Oh yeah, they did it all the time. In fact, my daughter that lived there, her husband was her father-in-law was protecting her husband at the time. He was a kid. They was kids, when I was there.
Yeah.
And he was a bad little kid in school.
Yeah.
And
troublemaker.
And his father and mother worked for the people. They lived in the country club.
Wow.
And he was the chauffeur. He
Yeah.
wore a black suit and a cap all the time.
Prime position.
And he always had a suit on, but he come down in our neighborhood to black neighborhood where it has juke joints, and we started talking, cab standers there, and people.
Yeah.
But anyway, he would have his suit and Cadillac. Because he was chauffeur.
Right.
And his son was a bad little kid. He married my daughter though, but once he did something, they suspended him from school, and she went to the school and told the principal they take him back in school. She's gonna take her money from the school, and they did that, And
Wow.
he turned out to be a bad little boy. In fact, my daughter turned out, But
Right.
anyway, yeah.
Yeah, just like
They
what.
tried to protect it, and that was some black people living out. They live in Louisiana, and they did something in El Raider, in Arkansas,
Yeah.
and the police chased them. They got back to Louisiana,
Yeah.
and the house lived like the line is here.
Yeah.
The kitchen, our bedroom one is on the Louisiana side, the other side on. That's the truth.
Man.
Well, that's what they've been telling me. I guess it's the truth. They've always told me that. And I forget the name of the people. He had a horse. A stallion. That horse was a beautiful horse, kind of brown, and had white on him. And he was just going up the street, and he had this saddle on it, and he had boots and a cowboy hat. And he would get drunk on Saturday. And they go down to this little block where black people go, and they be all in the street drunk on and everything. That's the way they were. They came out of the country, horses tied up to the wagon, a tree down in the back where they had horse and buggy. Anyway, one Saturday, he drove his horse downtown.
Yeah.
Rode his horse downtown. My cousin was a dentist there. His name was Dr. Rainey. They said we related to him.
Wow.
He had his office upstairs. He rode his horse up those stairs.
Oh my word.
And he got up there, the horse couldn't turn around.
That stallion.
A stallion. And he had to back the horse back down the stairs. He was drunk. and somebody did something, and they ran to Louisiana, and the police was chasing them. And the bedroom was in the Arkansas, and one side was in Louisiana.
Yeah.
And they went to the Arkansas side, the other side, and they couldn't arrest him. And that was out down there. I don't know how true that is or not, but they said it was true. And the guy, they showed him to me, and I forget his name. But anyway, they used to come to El Rey. They was had a real light complexion. They were Louisiana boys, they call them,
Yeah.
And they would get drunk and they didn't beat nobody up, but they would have to bluff into people, like they gamble and stuff like that, Yeah, but that's the way it was back in the day. Yeah, man. They said, that's mine, so-and-so. You don't mess with him. And the police usually do what they said.
Right. And that was in Jim Crow, the justification for Jim Crow is that segregation would undoubtedly be effective. It would allow black individuals to take charge of their own communities, ensuring the safety and welfare of their own people within their designated areas. How did that work out?
I don't understand. What
the strength of, or how would you say it? You had a teacher down south, back before you moved up here to Detroit. Lee's teacher down south taught him to always live where you have an alibi. In case you live in an area where your neighbors would betray you, perhaps due to racist means.
Well, that's the only way that it should be anyway. I mean,
always live where you have an alibi.
You should be that. Everybody should be that way because people get charged with something, mistake identity.
Right.
That can happen to you. Could happen to anybody.
And
that's just one of the things that teachers told us at a young age. We're trying to survive in the white university, a university which is in Arkansas. That's what it was because they the one had the power.
Right.
They had everything. We didn't have anything unless you raised yourself. You had a piece of land and a shack to live in, and shack when the wind could blow it over. Some people.
Right.
But and you could be charged with something.
Right.
And the man said he did it, so they're gonna believe. But you can prove yourself. If you did it, you did it. But if you're not there, you got an alibi. How couldn't you say that you did it? That's all.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. So, you always, okay, down here, this lady got killed down here.
Yeah.
And her boyfriend living in Ann Arbor.
Okay.
They having a trial today. This black guy, they found blood on his shirt.
Yeah.
And he was stealing cars and breaking in people's cars. Right down, you can see the car house there. And
wow.
so, but her boyfriend in Ann Arbor, he could say he smoked some marijuana. And he has an impression. He called the police, say he think he killed his girlfriend.
Wow.
Now, I've been smoking marijuana since 1974. Not 74. 54.
Wow, you remember the year.
57, that's what it is. 1957, when I smoked my first joint, okay?
Here in Detroit or down in Arkansas?
No, that's why I was getting ready to come here because I had moved in with my mother, staying there for a couple, because my stuff was in storage, and my first cousin went to the Air Force. He's a year on me, I think. We was like 2 peas in a hub. And he came home just before I left to come here. Wow. And he had a joint. Came home from the Air Force on a break. And I smoked with him. And I didn't start smoking till I got here, and I think I told you about that. And ever since then, I've been smoking regularly. I mean, regularly.
Yeah.
And you can't tell me nothing that it does do for you.
Just because Bert Mustin lived a long time.
Just because someone said, and he said, this guy,
yeah.
called the police, said, I think I might have killed my girlfriend. I'm not sure. I had for some with his brains or something. And he suffered from something, and
right.
he had some marijuana, and he might have killed his girlfriend, but the girl was stabbed. And he said he might have stabbed her. But
blamed it on the drugs.
Yeah, but I'm just still saying they always bring something. It's not true. That's all I'm saying. I smoke mine when I get damn ready. You know, I'm grown. Don't tell me what to eat. I don't eat meat. You eat it. I mean you
right.
literally. And so, but I'm just still saying. And people try to blame things, and it's in court today. They done the trial today. I see them when I get off the phone.
Sort of like when people, they say they can hold their liquor, maybe people have more of a tolerance compared to others to maintain.
Some people, and then to a lot of people, most people, they pretend that I'm so drunk and all. You're just talking this shit.
Right. You're always in control,
think.
ultimately.
If you take a shot today and it does everybody the same thing, he don't do something for you and something for somebody else.
Exactly.
Well, why would liquor do that too?
Yeah,
see, I'm just
same difference.
Same way about God and all that kind of stuff. People tell you these things, and it's not true.
Right.
It's not true.
Right.
You know? And I try to believe in facts.
Right.
And I just do what I want to do because I don't believe it. That's all.